Well, maybe your mom has a green thumb, or maybe she's thinking about planting her very first garden. Our 5-minute gardener, Debbie Mounce, has some great gift ideas just in time for Mother's Day.
Okay, Sunday is Mother's Day. We got to get off the couch and figure out what we're going to buy for those moms. Now, I'm going to talk to you about some great gifts today for some of those moms that might be gardeners. There's got some good stuff here. Okay, first, I'm going to start out with some of the Talavera Vera stuff. Talavera Vera in Tucson is so wonderful. The color is rich, and so many gardeners love that added color in their garden. Down here, I have a little frog pot with his hands on his little fat frog cheeks. How cute is that? You can plant in that or just use it as decoration, whichever you like. Then coming on up here, this is a boot planter. It's actually a cowboy boot. You can plant a plant in it if you'd like. It has a hole in it for drainage. And right next to that is a veritable Tucson classic, which is the Roadrunner. This is a little Talavera Roadrunner. And then over here, this is something that we have sold a lot of. People seem to love these. It's just a sphere. It's just a decorative Talavera sphere. So all it does is really add color and life and personality to our Tucson gardens. Great choice. It comes in a couple different sizes. This is the big one. Okay, now you've got your mom or your grandma or your aunt or whoever it is, and they actually are somebody that really loves to work in the garden. So I've got some tools here that'll work for that. One thing, a lot of the tools are often designed for men's hands, so they're bigger. So a lot of these things are actually designed specifically for women. These are little pruners. They come in great colors. They come in red, yellow, orange, purple. I happen to have orange and blue here, but they're designed to fit a woman's hand. So they're easier to use. Great choice for that mom. Okay, another thing that helps in the garden is these guys. On the end of a hose, I mean, it helps you get your water where you need to be. And again, they come in fun colors. We're actually sold out of purple. That would have been my first choice, but there's purple, orange, blue, yellow. Great fun. Okay, the other thing is gloves. If you're working in the garden, gloves are really important. It really helps. For me, it helps me so much in my garden. Now these are called sunflower gloves, and really they're just intended to protect you. They're very light. They're just intended to cover your arms up above the elbow to protect your arms from sun damage. So they're helpful if you're just working in the yard and want to protect your arms. Next to these, I have some rose gloves. Now these guys are tough. This is the thick cuff, and it'll come out just below the elbow. It protects your arms and your hands from thorns penetrating and those bloody little incidents that sometimes happen in the garden. Another good choice for that gardener. The other thing is we do have some garden artists, local artists that do garden accent art pieces, and this is one of them. How funny. I called this one the Froggy Diva. And this is just a nice, fun little gift, and it's going to be very unusual for your gardening mom. The other thing, and the last thing I'm going to talk about, two things actually. This is a metal flower called I call those ever-blooming flowers. You can change the color as often as you like, and they'll bloom all year long. The other idea is to actually put together a garden gift basket. And what we've done here is we've just taken a pot and filled it with a bunch of the things that a gardener might like seeds, the little nozzle that I showed you, a little decorative toadstool for a pot, gloves, a moisture meter, and a rain gauge. Alrighty, I hope those are great ideas for your mom. Have fun with her and treasure her. Thanks a bunch.
I love those ideas, and that frog was adorable. You said a lot of that stuff there came from local artists, which is also a nice touch.
Right, it is a nice touch. They're all original pieces, and the frog was one of those original pieces. I love that. Okay,
and you've got some stuff here too. Okay.
I do. Sorry, Allison. The first thing is there's a lot of really blooming things right now with a lot of color for mom, which always makes a big hit. This is called a kalanchoe. This is one that I brought. We have a gift shop, so there are some gift items. These are really cool. These look like rocks that have been dug up out of the ground, but they're decorative and fragrant soaps is what they are.
Can I smell it?
Yeah, sure you can. And
that smells great.
They're a wonderful gift idea, something very unusual, and each of them smells a little differently.
And it'd be kind of fun to put that in, you know, the downstairs guest bath.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're for. They're great. This is the thing called a tree charm, and these you hang in your tree, and it throws light on the ground, and they're really, especially if you have more than one in the tree, it's really fun to watch the light play on the ground and stuff. Yeah, could make a cat crazy or something if you wanted to. We do have a lot of local books, a lot of wonderful local garden artists. This is one by Scott Calhoun called The Hot Garden, and we have a lot of books that are specific to Tucson, which are great for gardeners. So many of them are just not good for our area.
Does that have a lot of pictures in it? Is it more of a picture book?
This is really giving you landscape ideas for a good desert garden. Is what the focus of this specific book is. We have some that are on succulent gardening. Different ones. This is just one of my favorites. I like this. We have a lot of little critters you can buy. This guy will stay outside forever, never get damaged. He's made out of metal. They're great. These are Mexican. This is a metal barrel cactus. I mean, talk about low water use.
Right, yeah, and low maintenance.
No, and you don't even have to plant it. And then here, this is, you know, your grandma had African violets.
Oh, absolutely.
And these are African violet pots. These are handmade pots from a young woman in California. And what it is it's a self-watering pot. The water goes in here, and the violet gets planted in here, and then it just continually provides steady moisture to that violet, and they thrive in these little pots.
That's great.
So lots
I
of great.
love the ideas.
Right, thank you.
And next week we're talking about, or next time we're talking about bougainvillea.
No,
right?
we're talking actually about Tacoma, a good alternative to bougainvillea.
Yes. Okay,
Another thing that gives you fabulous summer color.
Thank you, Debbie.
You're very welcome.
Now.